stop sending boring texts like, hey, or what's up? Because guess what? That's exactly why she's ignoring you.
Yeah, let's be real. If your text history looks like a graveyard of dry YD messages, you're not building attraction, you're building snooze.
And here's the truth most guys don't realize. The way you text a woman can make her lean in and chase you, or it can make her quietly lose interest. And no, it's not about sending novels or cheesy pickup lines.
In the next few minutes, we're going to show you how to text in a way that actually wins her heart. Real-world examples, psychological hacks, and practical tips you can use today.
And stick around, because later in this video, we'll share the one simple texting framework that makes her excited to reply. Most men never even think to use it.
Before we dive in, hit that like button if you've ever sent a text and then stared at your phone waiting for her reply. We've all been there.
Texting isn't just communication. It's actually a reflection of your vibe. A good text isn't about the words alone. It's about the energy behind them.
Exactly. Think about it. Most of us spend hours on our phones. For women especially, texting is one of the main ways they gauge your personality before deciding if you're worth more of their time.
So, when a guy texts her something bland like, hey, what she actually hears in her head is, I don't have much to offer, but I hope you'll fill the silence. That's not attractive.
And the opposite is true too. If you send a text that makes her smile, laugh, or feel something, suddenly you're not just another dude in her notifications. You're the guy she looks forward to hearing from.
Which is why today we're breaking down the do's and don'ts of texting with practical examples you can actually use.
All right, let's start with the texting mistakes that instantly kill attraction. Number 1, the one-word wonder.
If your texts look like, sup, cool, okay, she's not thinking, wow, what a mysterious man. She's thinking, yikes, this guy has no energy.
Number 2, overloading emojis or compliments. Dropping heart eyes emojis every message or writing, you're so beautiful 10 times in a row, that doesn't come across as sweet, it comes across as desperate.
The third one is 24/7 availability. Texting her back within 3 seconds every single time might feel like you're showing interest, but to her, it feels like you've got nothing else going on.
And that's the key word, balance. She wants to feel that you're engaged, but also that you've got a full, interesting life beyond your phone.
Don't worry though, it's not about playing games. It's about communicating in a way that's fun, engaging, and natural.
All right, let's flip this. What does a great text look like?
It's as simple as playful teasing. Example, instead of, hey, what are you doing? Say, so, are you out there being troubled today or pretending to be an angel?
See the difference? One is forgettable, the other creates a smile.
You also want to consider shared references. Example, okay, remember how you said you're terrible at cooking? I just burned my toast. Guess we're both hopeless.
Callbacks to things she said make her feel like you're actually paying attention.
You can also try mystery and curiosity. Example, I just found something today that totally reminded me of you. Want me to tell you?
That kind of text plants curiosity. She'll be dying to know what you mean.
Let's talk about the psychology behind why these texts work. Women are emotional creatures. We don't fall for a guy because he texts perfect grammar. We fall because of how he makes us feel.
And when your texts create positive emotions, curiosity, playfulness, warmth, you stand out instantly. You're not the guy making her roll her eyes. You're the guy she looks forward to.
Think of it this way. Every time she sees your name pop up, you want her brain to go, oh, this is going to be good. That's the secret.
Here's that simple framework we promised. Tease, share, invite. Tease, say something playful or intriguing. Example, I bet you're the type who eats dessert before dinner. Share, connect it to something personal. Example, I actually did that last night. 0 regrets. Invite, open the door for her to join in. Example, so, are you a responsible adult or are you joining me on team dessert first?
This framework works because it's light, fun, and it naturally invites her to keep the conversation going.
Exactly. You're not begging for her attention. You're giving her something fun to respond to.
Quick pause here. If you're finding this helpful, drop a comment below with the worst text you've ever sent or received. We might feature it in a future episode.
And don't forget to hit subscribe. We release videos every week that break down real dating problems with advice you can actually use.
All right, James, let's be honest. One of the biggest questions guys have is, how fast should I text her back?
Right. Some guys reply instantly, like within 3 seconds. Others wait 3 hours because some random article told them to play hard to get. Both extremes are a mess.
Here's the reality. Texting is like dancing. If you step too fast, you step on her toes. If you step too slow, the music fades. The sweet spot? Respond naturally, based on your actual availability.
Exactly. If you're genuinely free, you don't need to force a wait. But if you're busy, don't drop everything just to reply. That shows you have a life, which is attractive.
So here's a tip. Instead of stressing about the clock, focus on making your replies meaningful. A playful or interesting response after 15 minutes is way better than a boring hey in 3 seconds.
Let's talk tools. Most guys are scared to use emojis, but let me clear this up. Emojis aren't bad. Overusing them is.
Exactly. 1 laughing emoji to show your playful tone, perfect. 15 laughing emojis, now you just look like your phone exploded.
And here's the secret weapon most men don't use. Voice notes. 1 short 10-second voice note where she hears your tone, your humor, your vibe, that's a game changer.
Because texting alone can feel flat, but when she hears your voice, suddenly you're not just words on a screen. You're a real man with confidence and presence.
Pro tip? Keep it light. Say something like, "This text won't do justice to how funny this is, so you get the live version." Then drop your voice note. She'll love it.
Okay, James, let's get into the juicy part. How do you go from small talk to deeper connection over text?
Great question. Here's the rule. Escalate with intention, not desperation.
What does that mean?
It means you don't jump from hey to so what's your deepest trauma in one text. You layer it. Start light, then gradually add depth.
Like peeling an onion, except less tears, hopefully.
Exactly. Here's an example. Start playful. I bet you've got some guilty pleasures. Spill one.
She shares something fun, and you respond with your own. Then you shift. You know, that actually says a lot about your personality. Boom! Now you're connecting deeper, but it feels natural.
And that's the golden rule. Connection first, escalation second.
Okay, here's one mistake I see all the time. Guys think they need to keep the conversation going forever.
Yes, they drain the energy dry and the chat ends with a sad little lol.
Here's what works instead. End the conversation on a high note. Leave her smiling, curious, and wanting more.
Think of it like leaving a party. You don't want to leave after everyone's yawning. You want to leave when the music's still bumping.
Example. She, I can't believe you've never seen that movie. You, I know, tragic. Guess you'll just have to be my movie coach. We'll continue this debate later. Then stop texting. Now she's looking forward to the next chat.
Here's the ultimate goal. Texting should never be the final destination. It's a bridge to real-life connection.
Exactly. Too many men stay stuck in the texting loop. Weeks go by and suddenly she's lost interest because nothing's happening.
So when should you make the move? Here's a simple rule. Once you've built a good rhythm, shared some laughs, and she's clearly engaged, invite her out.
And make it light, not high pressure. Say something like, "This conversation is too good for just text. Coffee this week?"
If she's interested, she'll say yes. If she's not, at least you know, and you won't waste time.
And by the way, confidence in asking matters more than the exact words.
Let's run through a quick bad versus good texting example so guys can really see the difference.
Bad example. Him. Hey. Her. Hey. Him. What's up? Her. Not much. You? Him. Same. And the energy dies.
Good example. So, serious question. Are you a morning coffee person or a late night pizza person?
She. Definitely late night pizza.
Him. Knew it. That means you're secretly chaotic. I approve.
I might be right.
Okay, remind me not to trust you around snacks. You'll probably steal them all.
See? One conversation is flat and boring. The other is playful, personal, and leaves her wanting more.
By the way, if you're getting value here, make sure to smash that like button. It tells YouTube this video is worth sharing.
And subscribe, because in our next video, we're breaking down the exact text messages that make her chase you instead of you chasing her. You don't want to miss that. All right, James, let's talk about the nightmare situation. She's only replying with one word. You text something fun and she hits you with LOL, or worse, K.
The dreaded one-word reply. Most guys panic here. They either keep chasing harder, which makes things worse, or they just give up.
But here's the truth. Short replies don't always mean she's not interested. Sometimes she's busy. Sometimes she just doesn't know how to text well.
Exactly. So instead of spiraling, do this. Pull back a little, give her space, but also test the waters with a more engaging text. For example, okay, I'll assume that LOL means you just spit out your coffee laughing. Now you've turned her short reply into an opening for humor.
And if she keeps being dry, then it's a sign. Don't force it. Energy should flow both ways. James, what about when the energy just fades over time? Like, at first, she's engaged, but then she starts replying slower, shorter, and less invested.
Great question. Here's the key. Don't ignore the signs. If she's consistently giving late replies, dodging questions, or not asking you anything back, she's losing interest.
And that's not always your fault. Sometimes people just aren't ready, or they're talking to multiple people.
Exactly. What you don't do is start overcompensating. Don't blow up her phone. Don't write a novel when she gives you one sentence. Instead, mirror her energy. If she's pulling back, you pull back too.
That way you protect your confidence. And here's the secret. Sometimes pulling back actually reignites her interest because she realizes she might lose your attention. Oh, we need to cover this. What if a guy says something awkward over text? Like he tries to be funny, but it comes out weird. Or he pushes too fast and she goes quiet.
Happens all the time. First rule, don't panic. One awkward text won't kill your chances. What matters is how you recover.
So what's the move?
Call it out playfully. For example, if you say something that didn't land, follow up with, "Wow, that sounded way smoother in my head." Or, "Okay, I'm retiring as a comedian after that fail." Now you've turned a mistake into self-aware humor. She'll laugh, and it actually makes you more human.
And it shows you don't take yourself too seriously, which is incredibly attractive. Okay, James, this is what the guys watching really need. Practical scripts they can use. Can we give them some examples?
Absolutely. Let's break down a few situations. Situation 1. Starting the conversation. Quick question. What's your all-time go-to comfort food? Serious debate. Who has better fries, McDonald's or Chick-fil-A? Situation 2. Keeping it playful. Don't take this the wrong way, but you definitely look like the type who eats dessert before dinner. Wait, are you the kind of person who texts while watching a movie? Because if so, we might have a problem. Situation 3. Getting personal. What's one thing you've always wanted to try but never have? What's the weirdest or funniest family tradition you have? Situation 4. Suggesting a meetup. Okay, we need to test this theory in real life. Coffee this week? We've clearly proven we can text. Now let's see if you're as fun in person.
These are gold. And notice how they're light, playful, and natural, not needy or forced.
Exactly. The words themselves matter less than the tone behind them. If you're relaxed and playful, the text lands. If you're desperate, the exact same words feel creepy.
Let's end this section with something huge: confidence. Because no matter what text you send, if it's sent from insecurity, she'll feel it.
Facts. Women are unbelievably good at picking up on vibe. You could send the perfect witty text, but if you're anxiously waiting by the phone, she'll sense that.
So the real secret isn't just the words, it's being a man who's comfortable with himself, whether she replies instantly, late, or not at all.
Exactly. Texting is just an extension of who you are. Work on your confidence offline and your texts will naturally improve. And quick pause. If you're enjoying this breakdown, hit that like button so YouTube knows to show this to more men who need it.
And subscribe, because in our next video, we're revealing the psychology of why women ghost and how to stop it from happening to you. That one's going to be a game changer. All right, James, let's dig a little deeper. Why do some texts create attraction while others just fall flat?
Great question. Attraction isn't just about what you say, it's about how you make her feel. Texts that spark emotions, curiosity, playfulness, excitement create attraction. Texts that feel heavy, desperate, or boring, they kill it.
So basically, you're not trying to impress her with big words or long paragraphs. You're trying to make her feel something, even in a short text.
Exactly. Think of it this way. If your texts feel like a fun game she wants to keep playing, she'll chase the conversation. If your texts feel like a job interview, she'll lose interest fast.
Okay, James, a lot of guys ask this: how do I be funny over text without trying too hard?
Here's the secret. Don't force it. You don't have to be a comedian. Just keep it light and playful. A little exaggeration, a little sarcasm goes a long way.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Let's say she texts, "I'm so tired after work." Instead of just saying, "Same," you could say, "Wow, sounds like someone needs a trophy for surviving Monday." Or, "Don't worry, naps were scientifically designed for this exact situation."
That's cute, lighthearted, and not over the top. Just enough to make her smile.
And that's the goal. You're not writing a stand-up routine, you're just adding a little spark.
Here's the thing though, attraction is great, but if a guy only jokes around, I'll eventually lose interest. I need some depth too.
Exactly. That's where emotional connection comes in. You can build it even over text by asking thoughtful questions and sharing little pieces of your life.
Like, what's a good example?
Instead of asking the overused, "How was your day?" try, "What was the best part of your day today?" That invites her to share something personal. Then you can respond with your own experience, and suddenly you're bonding.
And the key is balance. You mix light humor with real moments, and that's when she feels both attracted and connected.
Exactly. Attraction gets her interested, emotional connection makes her stay.
All right, James. Now that we've covered the basics, let's talk advanced texting psychology. What separates guys who are just okay at texting from the ones who really stand out?
It comes down to pacing, tension, and how well you read her signals. Most men either text too much or too little. The sweet spot is matching her rhythm and sometimes leading just a little.
So it's like dancing.
Exactly. A conversation is like a dance. Sometimes you lead, sometimes you follow, but you always stay in sync. If she slows down, you slow down. If she's more playful, you match her energy.
Okay, let's go deeper into pacing. How does a guy actually build tension over text without being needy or pushy?
Great question. Here's the trick. You don't respond instantly every single time. If she texts right away, you don't always need to drop what you're doing. A little delay here and there creates anticipation.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because if a guy always replies instantly, it feels like he's just sitting there waiting.
Exactly. And it's not about playing games. It's about showing that you have a life. That little bit of waiting makes her wonder what you're up to, which builds curiosity, and curiosity builds tension.
Ooh, let's talk about push-pull. That's one of my favorites because it's playful and flirty.
For sure. Push-pull is when you give her a compliment, then tease her a little right after. It keeps things fun and balanced.
Give us an example.
Okay, you could text, "You're honestly really smart, but I'm not sure I can trust someone who puts pineapple on pizza." See how it's playful? You're showing interest, but you're not putting her on a pedestal.
I love that because as a woman, it feels fun and flirty, not heavy or desperate.
Exactly. Push-pull keeps her engaged because she never knows what's coming next, but it always feels lighthearted.
Can we talk about voice notes? Because honestly, when a guy sends me a short voice note instead of a text, it feels way more personal.
Totally. Voice notes are underrated. Hearing your tone of voice instantly makes you stand out from all the other guys texting her. Just keep them short, like 10 to 20 seconds max.
And emojis? I know some guys avoid them, but used right, they can add so much personality.
Exactly. Emojis are like seasoning. A little sprinkle makes your texts more expressive. Too much, and it looks childish. For example, saying "you're trouble" lands way better than just saying "you're trouble."
Okay, James, let's get to the point most men miss. How do you move from texting to actually meeting up?
This is huge. Too many guys drag out texting for weeks. Then the energy fizzles and she loses interest. The truth is, texting isn't the goal. Meeting up is the goal.
So, what's the right way to make that transition?
You look for the right moment, usually when the vibe is fun and flowing. Then you slide in with something casual like, "This conversation clearly deserves to continue over coffee. When are you free?" Or, "Okay, we've proven we can text. Let's see if you're this fun in person."
Smooth. And it doesn't feel pushy. It feels like a natural next step.
Exactly. And if she's interested, she'll say yes or give you an alternative time. If she dodges or avoids meeting up, then she's probably not serious. And that's okay. Better to find out early.
Let's be real, James. Sometimes a woman just isn't feeling it. How should a guy handle rejection over text?
First rule, don't take it personally. Attraction is subjective. If she's not into you, it doesn't mean you're not valuable. It just means you're not the right fit for her.
And getting upset or angry over text is the worst thing you can do.
Exactly. Instead, respond with grace. Something like, "No worries, I wish you the best." That shows maturity and confidence. And sometimes, believe it or not, that kind of response actually makes her rethink because it shows you're not desperate.
Before we wrap this section, let's touch on something important: authenticity. Because at the end of the day, all these tips are tools, but if you're pretending to be someone you're not, it won't work.
Preach. Authenticity is the foundation. Women can sense when a guy is putting on an act. The best texts come from a place of being real, but also confident and fun.
So guys, use these strategies, but always filter them through your own personality. If you're goofy, lean into that. If you're thoughtful, let that shine through.
Exactly. The right woman will love you for being you. These texting tips just help you show your best self faster.
James, I think the audience would love to see some real-world texting examples, like side-by-side comparisons of what works and what doesn't.
Great idea. Let's do a few quick ones. Bad example. Guy. Hey. Girl. Hey. End of conversation. Good example. Guy. Hey, I just saw someone wearing socks with sandals. Thought of you.
That's funny. It creates a connection and sets a playful tone right away.
Bad example. Guy. What are you doing? Girl. Just watching TV. Guy. Cool. Good example. Guy. Netflix? Okay, big question. Are you a subtitles person or a nah, I'll guess what they're saying person?
See the difference? One is flat, the other creates a fun back and forth.
James, let's roleplay a full short conversation so guys can actually see how this flows.
Perfect. I'll be the guy, you be the girl. Conversation. Guy, James. Okay, serious question. Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles, obviously.
Wrong answer, but I'll allow it.
Huh? What? Pancakes are too plain.
Wow, shots fired. Remind me not to let you order breakfast for us.
You're funny. Fine, maybe pancakes are okay.
See? Already changing your mind. Dangerous. See how natural that feels? It's playful, teasing, and keeps the energy light. That's what makes her want to keep replying.
Exactly. And notice how it's not about the topic. Pancakes and waffles don't matter. It's about the tone.
Okay, another big issue. What should guys do if she takes hours or even a whole day to reply?
First off, don't freak out. People have lives. But here's the move. When she finally replies, don't guilt trip her. Instead, make it playful.
Like what?
Something like, well, look who finally escaped from witness protection. Or, I was about to send out a search party. It's lighthearted, not needy.
Yes, because if a guy says, why didn't you reply? Or are you ignoring me? That's an instant turnoff. Okay, but let's flip it. What about when she's really into you and she's texting all the time? How should a guy handle that?
This is actually a great problem to have. If she's texting a lot, don't pull back so much that she feels rejected. Instead, keep the energy fun, but still show that you have a life. Balance is key.
So basically, engage with her enthusiasm, but don't feel like you have to be glued to your phone 24/7.
Exactly. That way, the connection stays exciting without burning out too fast.
Ooh, can we talk about callbacks? I love when a guy remembers something I said earlier and brings it up again.
Yes, callback humor is one of the most powerful texting tools. If she mentions she hates Mondays, later in the week you can text, guess what, only 4 days until your favorite day. It shows you're paying attention.
And it makes her feel seen, which is so attractive.
Exactly. Callbacks are like inside jokes. They make her feel like you two have your own little world.
Okay, James, let's give them a few solid examples of texts that smoothly transition into asking her out.
Sure, here are some simple ones. We need to continue this pancake versus waffle debate in person. Coffee this week? Okay, I officially challenge you to a dessert taste test. Thursday night? I feel like you'd lose terribly at mini golf. Want to prove me wrong?
Yes! Notice how they're light and playful, not super formal, like, would you like to go out with me? That can feel too heavy.
Exactly. Keep it fun, keep it casual. If she's into you, she'll say yes.
You know, James, at the end of the day, it's not about perfect text. It's about showing her who you are in a fun, confident way.
Exactly. Guys, texting is just a bridge. It's not the destination. The point is to create attraction, connection, and momentum that leads to real-life dates.
And if you focus on being playful, confident, and authentic, the right woman will feel that. No fancy lines required.
Right. You don't need to be a professional texter. You just need to be yourself, but the best version of yourself.
Guys, if this helped you, drop a heart emoji in the comments so we know you're with us.
And don't forget to subscribe because next time we're breaking down the exact texts that make women excited to meet you in person. Trust me, you don't want to miss it.
Okay, before we wrap this up, I want to talk about one mistake I see a lot of guys make. They think the more they text, the more she'll like them. But honestly, less is often more.
Exactly. If every time she checks her phone, there are 10 messages from you waiting, that doesn't make her excited. It makes her feel overwhelmed. What you want is quality over quantity.
Right. Send one fun, thoughtful message and let her look forward to your next one. That anticipation is what builds attraction.
Another secret move? Timing. Don't always reply instantly. If you're always available, it can feel like you don't have a life.
And on the flip side, don't play weird waiting games either. If you're free, reply naturally. If you're busy, reply when you can. That balance makes you come across as both interested and confident.
Exactly. Think of it like music. Sometimes the pause is just as important as the note.
James, I think we should give them a few more ready-to-use flirty texts, just so they leave with something practical.
Good idea. Okay guys, here are a few you can steal right now. 1. Stop distracting me. I'm supposed to be working, but now I'm just thinking about you. 2. You totally lose in a cooking competition against me. Just saying.
3. I just saw someone who looked like your twin, but less cute. 4. Quick question. Are you always this good at making me smile?
These work because they're light, teasing, and they leave space for her to play back. It's not pressure, it's connection. You know what, James? I'll tell you straight up what women really want when it comes to texting.
Let's hear it.
We want to feel special, not just like another name in your inbox. If you can make us feel like you're actually paying attention, not just sending the same copy-paste line to everyone, we'll notice. And that's what makes us lean in.
Well said. Guys, if you take nothing else from this video, remember that. Make her feel like she matters and she'll want more of you.
James, I think a lot of guys put way too much pressure on texting. Like it's this giant puzzle they have to solve perfectly.
Yeah, and that pressure actually makes them awkward. Here's the shift. Texting isn't about being perfect, it's about being present. If you're genuinely curious about her, if you're having fun, the right words will come more naturally.
And when you see it that way, texting stops being stressful and starts being enjoyable.
Let's not forget the bigger picture, guys. The goal isn't to become a world-class texter. The goal is to create enough attraction and comfort that she actually wants to meet you in person.
Exactly. Texting is the bridge, not the relationship. The faster you can move from the phone to real-life dates, the stronger the connection will be.
So don't get stuck in endless texting. Use these tips to spark excitement, then take it offline.
And if you're listening right now thinking, yeah, but what if I mess up? Let me tell you something. Women don't expect you to be perfect. We just want you to be real.
Absolutely. A playful, imperfect text is way better than a robotic, overly rehearsed one. The fact that you're making the effort already puts you ahead of most guys.
So stop overthinking. Try the tips we shared, experiment, learn, and most importantly, have fun with it.
Sarah, I feel like we could keep going with this topic for hours.
Oh, for sure. Texting is just one piece of the puzzle. There's so much more we could dive into, like how to keep her excited for the second date, or how to flirt in person without overdoing it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we'll be talking about in our next video. So if you want to take this even further, make sure you stick with us.
And hey, drop your favorite text line in the comments below. We want to see what you guys are trying out.
Exactly. And if you learned even one useful thing today, hit that like button so more people can join this conversation.
Guys, remember, texting isn't about tricking her into liking you. It's about showing her the version of you that she'd love to spend time with. Do that, and the rest takes care of itself.